prophetess Etna Johnson Sneed. I was talking to her and she said, Roland, let me be clear, touch not my anointed. She said, when you know you are doing what God's will is, she said, I dare those to try to come after you because they're touching one of God's anointed. And see, there are a lot of our people who are afraid. Y'all, at the top of this show, y'all heard me vigorously push and prod and challenge my frat brother, Ron Reynolds, chair of Texas, the chair emeritus of Texas Black Legislative Caucus. And see, when I was speaking about that, and people were asking me, somebody say, man, well, where all this come from? I said, it come from my grandparents, it come from my mama and daddy. I said, but it come from ancestors. And see, I think about that certain scene in Selma.
Yeah.
When Carmody Jogo, playing Coretta Scott King, was preparing to meet with Malcolm X and she was afraid. And then Lorraine Toussaint, who played the woman who called Dr. King to come to Selma. Amelia Boynton. When she had some words for her, and we're going to end the show with this because, see, I need every single one of y'all watching to listen to these words that Ava DuVernay wrote in that movie. And she should have forced the hand of that white writer to say, no, it's going to be a co-writing credit on this movie because he didn't write these words. I need everybody who's scared. I need everybody who's afraid. I need everybody who's unsure. I need everybody who's like, I don't know, man, I ain't like you. I don't know. I need you to listen to this because these words, and I was this way before the movie, but these are the words that resonate in my soul every single day. It causes me and others to say, no, we ain't backing down from this fight. I need y'all to listen to this.
I'll tell you what I know to be true. It helps me in times when I'm feeling unsure, if you'd like.
Please do, Ms. Boynton.
I know that we are descendants of a mighty people who gave civilization to the world. People who survived the hulls of slave ships across vast oceans. People who innovate and create and love despite pressures and tortures unimaginable. They are in our bloodstream, pumping our hearts every second. They've prepared you. You are already prepared.
That's it right there, Reese. We are already prepared for this fight. Your final comment and Greg's final comment.
That's it. We are prepared, but what we gonna do about it? That's the question. That's the question that everybody's banking on being nothing. Let's prove them wrong.
Greg, coming to us live from Egypt.
I echo Roland, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here with about 130 people from all over the United States and from the continent of Africa. A shout out to my man Yopareka Somé, one of the, if not the baddest Egyptologists on the African continent, who's come to us from Kenya. We're here for the very reason that we just heard Lorraine Toussaint portraying the great Amelia Boynton Robinson, what she said. We are the descendants of the people who gave the world civilization. In fact, we are the descendants from the people who gave the world people, the first people. Every person who ever walks this earth, no matter how crazy they have become, you came from the womb of an African woman if you trace it back far enough. This is light work, what we're facing right now. It doesn't mean it's not lethal. It doesn't mean it's not dangerous. It doesn't mean that it won't be easy. But it does mean that we've seen much worse. And that the worst that we've seen is in recent memory and recent history. All we have to do is remember, as Marcus Garvey said, what people have done, people can do. And remember that your people are the people that made people possible, that created everything, that laid the foundation for everything that will ever be on this little ball we call Earth, and that we can make the changes necessary to transform the society we live in. We've done it before, and we can and will do it again.
Folks, y'all have heard me on this show often reference my parents and the work that they did. And you've heard me talk about that. Earlier, I was in a chat. We were having this conversation. And I was saying to them repeatedly why this is personal to me. What did I say earlier? I'm 56 years old, 57 in November. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 standing outside of election polls at the Clinton Park Recreation Center, handing out campaign material for whoever was running, who my mom and dad had told us we gonna hand stuff out for. I remember when my mama was the 3 citywide co-chairs of the Metropolitan Organization, a multi-faith organization in Houston. And I remember being on the bus with her going to the Austin, the state capitol, for a rally on a Saturday. I remember a mayoral debate in the gymnasium of a Catholic church. And Mama's on stage with the 2 mayoral candidates, and they're asking questions. They've been asked questions, and I'm in the back doing homework. See, I remember being at home with my brother and my 3 sisters, and Mama and Daddy were coming home late because they were running phone banks. I remember being a child and being careful about getting splinters in our hand from unloading campaign signs in the back of a wagon. So I need you to understand that for me, this battle is not about what makes me feel good or what makes my brother, my sister feel good. I need black people to understand that whether we are in Texas or North Carolina or Georgia or Alabama or Mississippi or Arkansas or Louisiana or Illinois or Missouri or Michigan or Wisconsin or California, in any of these states, that literally what we are doing right now has an impact on a black child that is yet to be born. So when the Polaroid revolutionary workers, when they were fighting against apartheid, y'all, I was 2. And it wasn't until I was in college when Nelson Mandela got released. These folks lost jobs. And when we're sitting here right now, talking about planning our next trip to Martha's Vineyard, going to Cannes in the south of France, talking about what our plans are for homecoming at HBCUs. I ain't got nothing against none of us having any fun whatsoever, but I take it back to what Harry Belafonte said when I sat with him. That he thought was going to be one of his, he literally said to me, he said, the reason I made it here, I didn't want to come. He said, because this is likely going to be my final interview. It wasn't. He didn't pass for several more years, but he actually thought it was. Because when it was over, we were talking privately. He said to me, Roland, I love the south of France. He said, but the reason I'm still here, because I am here to fight to make real what they put on paper, because this is also ours. And so I don't give a damn if those fascists are 2 blocks from right here. Somebody said to me, man, ain't you scared of the MAGA people? I said, we 2 blocks away. They know where we at. When I think back to that picture of that sister, when they had them bayonets, and she just moved that bayonet out the way. There's got to be something that black folks today give a damn about that is so real, that is so potent, that is so powerful, that they say, you know what, I got to block all that crap out because I got to fight for somebody I don't even know. I am a student of history, and I'm telling y'all what we are looking at right now is no different than what happened after Reconstruction in 1877. Don't take my word for it. Go do the work. Go look at how they invalidated the civil rights law passed in 1860s and the one in 1870s. Go back and understand Plessy versus Ferguson. Go back and understand the black laws. Go back and understand what took place. Go back and understand that 1890 Constitutional Convention in Mississippi where they said, oh no, it's too many niggas getting elected. Go back to understand when black people were a majority of the South Carolina legislature. Go back and look at what happened in Wilmington, North Carolina, when white fascists, not the KKK, but the red shirts, when they said, we are going to overthrow a democratically elected government, and they ran those black people out of that city. There is a direct connection between what happened then to what happens now. And when they say, let's make America great again, that is what they're talking about. They're talking about what happened in Wilmington. They're talking about what happened when they burned and bombed Tulsa. They're talking about when they bombed Ida B. Wells Barnett newspaper and put a bounty on her head. They're talking about every single, they called them race war, but it was actually a white supremacist war against our people. This is not the moment for us to check out. This is not the moment for us to rest. This is not the moment for us to be unwilling to challenge. This is the absolute moment when people have to be willing to mobilize and organize and be willing to stand up to these races, because it's more of us subconscious than them. But they've taken advantage of too many of us feeling deflated and defeated. That this moment you've got to make a decision which side your ass gonna be on. And if you are unwilling to engage in this battle, I have one simple request. Get your ass out of the way so we don't have to run you over. Because we are not satisfied with what is happening right now. And I'll be damned as long as there is breath in my mama and my daddy's body and my body and other people of conscience. We're going to fight these folk to the end. And we will haunt their ass in death.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.